Today, that is July 11th, is World Population Day. Every year on July 11th, we observe World Population Day. UNFPA, that is United Nations Population Fund, and other international organizations and national institutions will conduct various campaigns, seminars, and also bring awareness in the minds of the people with respect to implications and consequences of population explosion. And when did this started? World Population Day. It started from the year 1987 exactly. Why? On July 11th, 1987, the world have reached 5 billion population. On that day, people celebrated this 5 billion day on July 11th, 1987. Inspired by this, UNFPA, United Nations Population Fund, have recommended to celebrate every year July 11th as Population Day. And seriously, we have started celebrations from 1989 onwards after the recommendation of UNFPA, United Nations Population Fund. And it took thousands of years to have 1 billion population in this world. But it took only 200 years to increase it to 7-fold. So, the world for 1 billion population waited for thousands of years. But only for 200 years, within 200 years, we got 7 billion population only within 200 years. So, in this respect, we need to bring awareness in the minds of the people and also make them to know what are the implications of overpopulation. The dramatic explosion of population has been a result of increase in the lifestyle, living times, reproductive age, particularly lifespan, and modern medical systems and urbanization. And if there are more population, we have seen in the developing and underdeveloped countries, economic development will retard, unemployment problems, income inequality, more poverty, and more social protection, social security schemes. So, some countries will see population as a strength, some countries will see population as a weakness. In 1980s, for China, population is a strength, now it is a weakness. The reason is, if there are more number of old population or aged population, they depend on the country. If there are more number of young population, they will support the country. For example, India today have demographic dividend, that is more number of young population in the country, so that young population will work more, India will not feel that as a burden. But by 2045, 2050, in India also we are going to see more number of old population dependent on the country. Definitely this is going to be a burden. Healthcare, housing, education, sanitation, medicine, particularly we have seen during coronavirus, the country with large population really need to take lot of efforts, because it is very difficult to control a virus when people and population density is more. And this year, every year there will be a theme for World Population Day. This year, World Population Day 2020, the theme is how to safeguard the health and rights of women and girl children. How to safeguard the health and rights of women and girls now, particularly in the midst of coronavirus, in the midst of pandemic, because their sexual and reproductive rights are very, very important. There is one word that is coming up during corona times, shadow pandemic. There is one word that is coming up during corona times, shadow pandemic. Because of lockdown, men in the homes are committing violence against their wives and other women in the house. This is called shadow pandemic. Along with the pandemic, that is corona, we are also seeing women harassment and other things, and many countries opened special cells to receive the grievances of women with respect to this shadow pandemic. National Commission for Women in India also reported increase of cases. And coming to the next important news, most of the women during coronavirus, particularly pregnant women, they are not having secure and safe delivery process because of this fear. And more than 60% of the women who are employed in the world, they are employed in the informal sector, and this crisis have affected them. 47 million in the low and middle income countries, 47 million women in the low and middle income countries, they don't have access to contraceptives due to lockdowns. So, coronavirus, like any other pandemic, not only affecting men but women more. So, any disaster, any pandemic, it affects women more. So, for that reason, this year World Population Day, they have taken the theme to respect women's rights and to protect women and girl rights. If you want to have PDF on this, notes on this, kindly join in the Telegram channel BALALATHA CSBIS Academy. Thank you.